Right, so typical fashion. We've got a new month here. Let's get some wins, boys. I want some wins for the month, not just recent wins. October. Let's go. Let's get some wins going, boys. Because I know we've got a lot of wins for October.
Even if you posted it, even if you posted it.
Yeah, booked a good few calls, made some good amount of sales and door to door, moved country, fucking boxing training, shitload of fucking wins.
Well, that's quite a win. Moving country, which is one of the goals that you set yourself out when you first started Alpha Setters, and you've made that happen now.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Good
One
stuff,
of,
bro.
one of my long term goals fucking ticked off.
Yeah, good stuff, bro. Well done. Who's next? Let's get some wins going, boys.
Come on, don't be shy, boys. Name, flipping Bruno. I can see you running in.
David, Chris, Easton, Nahum, Aman.
Everyone's
Come on,
fucking
bro.
winning. Come on, spit it out.
Yeah, I guess I managed to replace my job income this month, like my first month, so can't fucking complain. Because I
That's a
got
big
fired
win,
from
bro.
my job, like right before I joined off, well, right as I joined Offsetters, and then pretty much had to make commission to pay my rent and, got it done.
Why
That's
did you
hard.
get fired? I didn't know you. I didn't know you
Oh,
guys got fired.
it was it was some bullshit, bro. The boss, we had I had some engagements with this girl that the boss liked, so the boss fired basically. I
That's the most Nahum reason for getting fired I've ever heard in my life.
don't know how
Amazing.
to get myself in this situation. I don't know.
I think we've
Well,
realised that getting fired is the best base for appointment setting because David got fired and now he's just done
yeah,
$14,000 in 30 days. So and you've come in and replaced your income in 1 month, which is mad.
literally, man. It's not fire, you know what I mean?
Get fired.
Anxiety.
Actually, just go and swear at your boss, boys. Every single one of you, just go swear at your boss.
I called him a fat cunt, mate. It worked.
Yeah, it's a fucking great word to call your boss, isn't it?
Killian, just go swear at
You know
Rowan.
what? Actually, yeah,
Go to
I just
Rowan and
realised
say,
Killian as well. Killian also got fired. Oh,
Yeah,
it
I
genuinely
called
is
him
the
a
best
fat
base.
cunt as well.
That's the win for this month.
All right, who's next with the wins then?
Yeah, I'll go next. Just got my first manager role this month or last month as a appointment center manager. Thoughts about not confirmed, but in and around 30, 40, 50 calls in around there. And I got like 2K plus in commissions this month. I had my first month as a cold caller. And yeah, today I ran 11 kilometers for the first time. And like the longest I've run is like 2K. So my legs are very sore right now. But my goal here 100 kilometers like by the end of next year.
100K.
Yeah, 100K.
Christ.
No,
What
David
a
Goggins
G.
over here.
Jesus Christ.
What a mate. That's serious stuff. So you came in, you got your first appointment setting role,
Yeah.
over 2K in commissions, and got made an appointment setting manager. Boom. Big win. Well done, bro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Who's next? Let's get three more wins because obviously we could go around everyone, but don't have time for that. But let's get at least three more wins from the boys.
I'll go. No mind. But
Go. Come on.
last month I started my agency offer. So starting up, kicking, taking to the next level now. Hopefully, you're gonna get that scaled up in the next few months. And current clients still doing really well. Collected quite a lot of cash last month for them. But yeah, last month was a big stepping stone, and that's gonna scale up from there.
We're going to talk about when I think of wins for you this month, Amon, the first thing that comes to mind is closing.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had closing last month, like no closer training, just we jumped straight into it. And then yeah, I think it was about like the second call I closed a high ticket close, and then being going upwards from there. And then hopefully this month we're gonna increase that as well.
Yeah, good stuff, bro. You've made quite a few closes since the start of the month, and you've improved a lot from watching your sales call recordings. You've improved massively. So well done, bro. So two more wins, boys. Two more.
Benjamin, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, man, I can go.
Oh,
I can
11
go.
grand for our client can't go unnoticed, bro.
Yeah, I've gotten a few more wins. I'm happy about that. And, I've gotten a lot more booking calls, so that's actually pretty nice. And yeah, Chris has been helping a lot, so I've been pushing through, and we're looking to scale up for November. So yeah, around like 6 closes or something like that. I don't know. Chris got the calculations.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
Well done, man. Well
yeah,
done.
man.
I remember
Sure.
you're struggling to book calls, and now we're booking calls and we're closing deals, bro. I love to see
Yeah,
it.
man. Sick.
So we need one more win, and I think it'd be pretty criminal for David to just not introduce his win. I don't know why he's not saying anything.
I
It's
thought
weird.
that's what the fucking call was about, mate. I
Mate,
thought
no, mate, you introduced that. You explained the win to the boys.
so yeah, boys. This month smashed my first 10K month. 14K USD, but like 10K pounds. Uh, first 10K month ever. Like so not much else to say really, lads, other than the story. But you know, what I mean, I've smashed my first 10K month with hours to go. Not even hours, with
Let's
minutes
go.
to go. With minutes to
Literally,
go.
with 20 minutes on the clock, he secured his first 10K month, boys. But we'll get into the story. Big class for David, man. That's a big achievement right there. First 10K month.
Transformation since what, August 2023 to October 2024. 10K per month in 13 months? No,
Literally.
14 months. 14 months.
Literally, bro. So it's been crazy. I can't wait to let you boys know the story because it's a very interesting one. A very, very interesting one.
It's
Oh.
a super interesting story, and we're going to get into that later. But first on the agenda, before we get into David's little talk, first on the agenda is we're going to do the alpha set of the month, the first time. Looking forward to this one, boys. So first of all, we've got some honourable mentions here because there can only be one alpha set of the month, but there's loads of people that I wanted to choose from. It was a difficult pick. Me and Yomi had to debate. We literally had to have a debate on who's getting it, right? So I've made like a little presentation here for us to go through. It's not long. It's only going to take a few minutes. The alpha set of the month. Alpha set of the month, boys. So, first of all, we'll get into the honorable mentions. We've got 4 honorable mentions, and then we've got the alpha setter of the month. So, first honorable mention, Benjamin.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, Benjamin. So let's get into why Benjamin's an honorable mention here. So not only is Benjamin just absolute beloved member of Alpha Setters, you can't hate this guy. The guy's got no enemies. Always at the top of the leaderboard, always helping people out between Benjamin and Jordan all the time. Super active in the community, always helping other people before he helps himself. I want Benjamin, one thing that I will say to you, mate, is I want to hear more from you. I want to see you in the group calls a lot more.
Yeah. I've been trying. I'm gonna have to join to more of them.
But yeah, you cannot deny that Benjamin is an absolute asset to the community. Genuinely, like this guy is a stud. And he's gone from really struggling to get bookings with his appointment setting to just pulling it out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, he's closing deals left, right, and center now, booking multiple calls a day. So, in terms of improvement, the improvement from Benjamin is absolutely beautiful. So, well done, mate.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Next on the list of honorable mentions, boys. Honorable mention number 2, Bruno. So we just heard a win from Bruno. This guy here, who I met in Manchester a few weeks ago. Bruno came into the program, signed his first client, 1.5k commissions first 2 weeks of phone setting, cold calling. That's some serious grind. Bruno, talk to the boys. Like tell the boys what you told Yomi in the group call the other day about like how you set your work for the day, how you're not allowed to go to bed until you've done it.
Yeah, so every day my goal was, so I've upped it. So when I started, it was like 100 calls per day, but now I've literally like tripled it to like 300, and next month it's going to be 400. I'm pushing on to like 500 calls every single day to make sure that I just get all the work that I need to do. I remember this day I met Temi at like 1 p.m. and I had union lecture, and I already did my 200 calls before I even met him at like 10 a.m. 11 a.m. So I made sure like I get all my all my calls done before I sleep. I just don't sleep. So yeah.
Not allowed to go to bed until he makes his 200 dials, which is just mad. And like the work ethic there is just unbelievable, and I love to see it because that's truly the alpha setter mentality. There's three things that determine how much money you make as an appointment setter: activity, mindset, and performance. The activity and the mindset is like undoubtedly there, and that's why he's been able to get results. 1.5k comms first 2 weeks. Bruno though, you didn't actually post your win. So like realistically, you're not even technically allowed to be in a nominee here, but I had to include it. But you didn't even post your win. But really, genuinely, I'm proud of you, bro. But make sure to post your wins, all right?
Yeah, I'll post it next time.
There's science behind posting your wins as well. When you post your wins to the community, you get such a dopamine hit from everyone like, oh, well done, blah, blah, blah. You feel like the big G for a moment. And then your brain wants that gratification again. Your brain is going to find ways to seek out that dopamine again, and it's going to make you push even more to keep on winning. There's a massive snowball effect for being a winner. Not only that, but for the people that have been through the Become a Fucking Weapon course module, you also know that there's some science behind the testosterone boost from sharing your wins with the boys and being on that high energy. So winning has a compound effect. Well done to Bruno. That's honorable mention number 2. Next on the list, Kishin. Kishin, are you here? Bro?
Yes, sir.
Good
I'm here,
stuff.
I'm here. It's like 2 a.m. over here, so I can't really turn on my camera because it's like really dark. But I'm here.
Kishin, you're from, is it Qatar?
Yeah, Qatar.
Qatar, killing it from Qatar. I think the only alpha setter in Qatar at the moment. Yeah, so Kishin came in with a goal. He was already an appointment setter. He wasn't making much money. In fact, Kishin, you tell the story actually.
Bro, okay, so it goes something like this. I was like 16 when I started off appointment setting, and then 1 month I learned everything from YouTube, and then I landed my role and stuff, but I wasn't really making more than, I would say more than 500, yeah. And then I had like $200 in my account, and then I think Stillian told me that there was something called Alpha Series, right? And then I just took a risk with $200 in my bank account. I invested like $70 a week. Like the max which I could go was for like 2 weeks. And within that 2 weeks, if I didn't really make any commissions, I was basically fucked. But in the first 2 weeks, I ended up making like the first 500 new dollars. And then from there, it just kept on going up, just like this. And then right now, 1 month in, I became an appointment setter for like 2 clients, and then now this month I'm a appointment setter manager for 2 clients. One guy with base pay of 750, and then one dude who's like doing 60K but 10% commission on that. So yeah.
So he's like, commissions aside, just with that one client on base pay, ignoring all of the commissions there, you've already doubled your income of what you was on at the start of Alpha Setters. And this is literally like, what, a month or two ago?
1.5 months, I think.
1.5 months ago you joined. But yeah, the
Yeah.
750 base, obviously, we're not gassed about that because that's pennies. But the commissions that you're stacking here as a manager, not even having to do the work anymore because you're a manager.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even working right now. I have like literally a lot of time left. I'm thinking what I should do right now.
I mean, it's mad because you're obviously 17 and you've literally said, I've got so much free time, I don't even know what to do, which is just a mad problem to have. I'm in the same position, but a little better because I don't know what to do with all my time. That's crazy. So yeah, well done, bro. Like massive
Appreciate
improvement
that, bro.
from you. And also, yeah, you're another one of those guys where it's like it's really good to have you in the community. Like you genuinely benefit this community a lot. You're always helping other people and stuff. You're joining the group call.
Appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
And I love it when you ask me questions as well because you're always asking questions. I love that. So yeah, I love the mindset, bro. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Honorable mention number 4. The last honorable mention here is Dylan McCarthy. Is Dylan McCarthy in the call right now? No, I don't think Dylan's here. Talking so Dylan joined and he quit his job. He was working in door-to-door sales at the time. He literally just quit and went all in on alpha setters, all in on appointment setting. And yeah, this guy's been absolutely crushing it. Just booking
He's on my
calls,
offer. Like the one I'm managing for, he's doing in my offer right now.
Dylan's a stud, right?
Yeah, Dylan, yeah, bro, he literally booked in like the maximum one appointment that was booking and was like 2 calls like in the evening shift. I put him in and then just run him down through shifts. I mean some things, and then now he's in 5 calls, 6 calls, 7 calls a day.
Killing it. 5 to 7 calls a day is a bit mad. So yeah, big well done to Dylan McCarthy. Wish he was in the call, but hopefully he's watching this back. Well done, mate. Well done. Want to see him in more group calls though. That's what I want to see. So, on to the alpha setter of the month. And like maybe people can guess who it's gonna be, maybe not. Obviously I could just say David, but like we're not gonna count that because you know he's an agency owner now, so we're not counting him as like one of the nominees here. But the alpha setter of the month, the official alpha setter of the month goes to Nayem. Well done, bro. Nayem gets the alpha setter of the month.
Fuck off.
Serious,
bro.
Alpha setter of the month goes to Nayem Lewis. And let me explain why. So, Nayem's been here for 1 month. He's already made his first 1K commissions in his first month, which is already a great achievement. He's replaced his full income from his past job whilst being a uni student in 1 month. I know 1K a month, it's not that much money. But at the end of the day, Nayem, what we've got to realize here is that a lot of people, most people in the world can't even comprehend making a full-time income from sending messages on your phone. That's like incomprehensible for most of the world. So that already is a huge achievement. And doing that in your first month especially is G. But also, the reason why Nayem gets this alpha setter of the month, always in the group calls, always asking me questions, always helping the community as well, just under Jordan and under Benjamin. He's always helping the boys out. Made the effort, travelled all the way across the country to come to the Birmingham meetup. And not only that, the mastermind that we did in Birmingham would genuinely have never even happened if it wasn't for Nayem, because he's the one that literally, I was screwed. We couldn't find anywhere to host. We couldn't find a venue to host the mastermind. And Nayem just started calling people for me. I didn't even ask him to. He started calling people. He booked it for me. He sent me the contract. He sent me the payment link. He did everything. So genuinely, he's gone above and beyond for the community. He's got a sick win. He's got his first boxing fight coming up as well. He's locked in. True asset to the community. So thank you, Nayem. Message me after with your bank details. You are the official alpha setter of the month. Well done, bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Fucking
Can
gas.
we get a clap for Nayem? Well done, bro. Good to have you in the program, bro. Good to have
Thank
you
you
in the
so much.
program. Yeah, do you have anything to add to anything I just said about the boys?
I said, yeah, there could have been loads of honourable mentions. Like we were speaking
There
about.
could be loads, yeah.
Yeah,
Yishkin, be one.
we were speaking about loads, and it's like we had to take into account who actually posted the wins. Obviously, there was one person that didn't post a win, Bruno, but it's only because we saw Bruno. So this is a reminder to like push your wins like when you get them, because like what Timmy said about the compound effect with it. But yeah, Nayem, truly well deserved, mate. Very, very impressive, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of all you boys. Yeah, thank you.
Big things to come, bro. Let's keep grinding.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, boys, there's loads of people that could have been honorable mentions. Also, I just want to take a second to say welcome to the community, Zane. Good to speak to you.
We got Anthony in here as well. I know Anthony. He did the same fight as Aaron.
Where's Anthony?
Anthony.
Where
Hello,
is
mate.
Anthony?
Yeah, there he is.
Actually,
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the group, bro.
Well, cheers, mate. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to see 2 new boys in here. And yeah, you fought on the same card as Aaron. Nice.
Yeah, I drew. I should have won. I got rigged.
he was fighting some big 6'3" guy.
Big,
Yeah.
big black guy. Oh wait, no, that was Aaron. Sorry, that was Aaron. Who are you?
Yeah, I
fighting?
haven't had the black guy. I had some 6'3" white guy. It was the same weight as me. So his punches didn't mean anything, but I should have won the fight. I was so annoyed.
So boys, what we're gonna do for the rest of this group call here is I'm gonna spotlight David. I'm gonna give the stage to David here. Spotlight for everyone. Here we go.
He loves it.
He does love it. He does. But David's gonna have a little talk now because obviously David at the start of the year was an appointment setter, same position as you guys. And now obviously he's scaled that. He's scaled as an agency owner now, and he's just done literally £11,000, $14,000 in 30 days, which is a bit mad. So over to you, David. Explain to the boys. Let's go into the story behind it because it is a mad story.
Even
of
how
how
David
we made that happen.
plus don't forget about how you've changed as well through the year. Right. But anyway, yeah. I'll let you go, mate. I'm sure you'll talk for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna try and talk as little as I can because I know we're not fucking all night. But yeah, boys. Like what I wanted to say, like I planned it a little bit because I spoke to the boys and like my storytelling was terrible. So I actually had to write something down. But one of the main things I've got written down initially is like speed and doing whatever it takes is literally key. Like that is ever since me started as an agency owner and even getting the 10K a month. Those two things, like speed, doing whatever it takes, taking the action, is key. That's kind of the only thing that's got me the 11K month, the 10K a month, whatever you want to call it. So we take it all back to like when I even started as an appointment setter, not as an appointment setter. When I started working with Temi, I started working with Temi in May, and we had our little onboarding call, and like Temi was like, David, what's the vision? What do you want to be making at the end of the year? Like I said, I've been an appointment setter since the beginning of the year. Temi was just nurturing me. I was sitting for Temi. He was just dropping gems. Like it was inevitable. I was gonna sign on with him. It was inevitable. It was the day after we had a little an event for Nottingham Alpha Setter link up, and then I just called him. I was like, "Yo, send me your payment link. I want to go." And we got started. So he was like, "David, what's the goal?" And I was like, 10K per month. And to me back then, like that was so unachievable. Like I just got fired from my degree apprenticeship, like we said, like literally a week before I just got fired. So like I wasn't really making any money. I had savings, whatever. I was making money from appointment setting. But I was low key a little bit broke. You know what I mean? And Temi was like, all right, cool, what's the goal? And we said 10K by Q4. And like I said, that was completely unrealistic. Ever since from May, June, July, August, September, we've been chipping away. Okay, that's like what? 4 or 5 months of like consistent work. 4 or 5 months to get me to the point where I'm at now, where I was even able to make a 10K a month. But like I said, all of that was literally just speed. So it's the beginning of October. I get back from Africa and Temi's like, David, this is the month. I thought we were gonna wait maybe November, try to do it in December. He's like, nah, big man, this is the month you're doing it. We had our coaching call and we reverse engineered it. We were like, all right, cool. How much money are you making with your coaching clients? Like with the clients you've got right now through commission, whatever. And we kind of rounded it all up. And we were like, all right, cool. So in order for you to hit your first 10K month, all you need to do this month is earn 2.8K clients, and you've hit it. You know what I mean? It sounded super easy. It's like, oh, what light work? I can do that in a week. You know what I mean? So, we got started. Done the maths, and that was the mission. That was the sole goal. And the month started slow. Like we identified what we needed to do, but I wasn't really locked in. I wasn't really focused. I was getting distracted. I was doing pointless things like going on dates with silly girls. I've got a mission, or fucking doing stupid shit when we had a mission. And like Temi, if we go on my Telegram chat with Temi, like the amount of times Temi said, bro, locking on the fucking mission. Why are you telling me about this fucking coaching client you're gonna bring on for £300 when we want to hit the first 10K month? So yeah, being slow until like the beginning of the month. And like me and Temi, we have a coaching call, and we both identify that, listen, in order for me to hit this first 10K a month, I need to lock the fuck in. Like I just need to go social autist mode. And that's kind of what we did. I think I want to say the coaching call was like on a Monday. It was on a Monday, and like we say, lock in. I put myself on like some crazy restrictions. No, I wasn't drinking anyway, but like no watching content, like no fucking listening to music, no fucking talking to girls, all of that shit done. Literally just one sole goal, sign 2.8 clients and hit my first 10K month. And within a couple of days, like within 4, I signed my first client, 2.8K.
Can we also say, David, as well, that this call where I was telling you to like, David, let's stop getting distracted. Let me delete your dating apps now. Stop being silly. This is halfway through the month.
Halfway
You
through.
forget to mention that part. Halfway through the month, we're reviewing things. I'm like, David, right? We're gonna do this 10K a month. We know what we have to do. It's so simple. We've done the maths. We reverse engineered it completely. Just after we got back from Birmingham, right?
Yeah, literally, that was the call. That was when I realized I needed to lock in. Like we went out to the club, and I was like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? You know that those club realization moments where you're like, what? You know what I mean? We've all had them. I know we've all had them before you've been in the club. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, at that moment, and we were like, all right, cool. So literally within like the end of that week, me and Tammy, we have our coaching calls on Tuesday. I think the end of that week, it was like a Friday. It was a Friday. I booked this one call. He was friends with some people I know. Got him on a call and pitched him. So much conviction. I was fired up. We had like a whole a group call before that, and we literally strategized exactly what I was gonna do. Like the alpha set call turned into a David coaching call. Anyway, pitch him, close him on 2.8K, running his outbound campaign. Everything's great, guys. I've signed my first client. Now I just need one more. But it wasn't. This wasn't just inbound leads. Like this client I brought on, it was for an outbound campaign, all right? So as you boys can imagine, if you guys have ever run an outbound campaign or even managed anything like that, especially on like with a whole team of people, I had to do the hiring. I had to sort out the accounts. I'm just swamped with work at this point. Literally, I'm swamped with work from existing clients and also the clients that I just signed on with running this outbound campaign. And that's been a little bit stressful as well. Fuck, I've got to make this happen. You know what I mean? I've said we're going to do this, and like this is a really big client. If I do it well, I'm going to be able to sign other clients. And then like I tell Temmie, and I'm like, yeah, I probably can't sign another 2.8K client. I'm like, yeah, I've got way too much work. Like I'm already stressed out enough as it is. Bearing in mind, like I'd already stopped really trying to look for one at that point. And like Temmie, like he fucking put his foot on my ass again. He's like, bro, I don't care. Like I don't care what you have to do. You're signing another 2.8K client. And I was like, bro, I can't. I literally told him I can't, and he was like, you're doing it. So we had like a week at this point. We literally have like 5-6 days at this point. And I look back in on the mission. Like I said, like I put all of these restrictions on myself. I was like, listen, you're not doing nothing. No dating sites. No women. You're not allowed to speak to girls until you what you call it, you hit your first 10K month. You're not allowed to do any of this fun shit. You know what I mean? So and that week, me and Temmie, we had like another coaching call before that. Like we had a week. I was literally dialing every lead, doing everything I possibly can to sign another 2.8K client. That whole month as well, like it'd been filled with, it's not like I wasn't working away. I'd built so much relationships with people who like, they knew I was about it. They wanted a sales team. It was just, oh, not right now, bro. Oh, I'm traveling, not right now. Oh, wait till I get back, not right now. Oh, bro, I actually just a setter from this guy, but I am looking for a closer, not right now. So it's just been filled of like, oh, what are we gonna hit it? Are we gonna hit it? Oh no. Okay. So that meant I had tons of leads in my pipeline. So I was calling everyone, working away, messaging everyone, fucking outreach. Callum was on it. Callum's my DM setter. Callum was in it. We were trying to book this call so I could hit my first 10K month. It got down to literally the final day. Like I hadn't given up, but I was like, all right, probably won't happen this month. Probably won't happen this month, but that's fine. And then it's a Thursday. Me and Temmie normally have our coaching calls on Tuesday, but we had it on Thursday. And like, this was when I got that Leon Edwards fucking 5th round headshot dead corner talk. Temmie tells me, yo, big man, you nigga, pattern up. Listen, pattern up, man. Like, what are you doing? Are you gonna let he shows me a David Goggins video. He's like, are you gonna let a crackhead out hustle you? Crackheads, no matter what, they find a way to make money so they can buy crack. Are you gonna let a crackhead make more fucking money than you? He's like, bro, so we're talking, and like literally the whole call, we don't even really go into strategy. We do a little bit, but it's like literally the whole call is just a pep talk. Temmie, like he also says, like, listen, if you hit this 10K month today, because this was the final day, like if you sign a 2.8K client today, we're gonna go to fucking one of these these European countries like Slovakia, and scout all of the talent there. So like that was really all I needed. Like literally, we could have just had the call, and he could have said, David, if you get this 10K a month, we'll just go to Slovakia and scout talent. That's probably all I really needed, to be honest. Anyways, but like midway through the week, I forgot to say, like, beginning of that week. See, this is where the storytelling. I was in the sauna, and like I said, like the week I've been chipping away. First things first, I was in the sauna, and like sauna, everything's quiet, but there was these two brothers on the top shelf. I was on the bottom speaking, and I'm in the sauna, like there's nothing else to do. I'm just snooping on people's conversations, and I hear this one brother. He's like, "Yeah, man, I've been doing ecom now. I've been doing it for years, and like, I was just curious. So like, literally, his friend leaves. I get up. I start speaking to him about ecom. I tell him what I'm doing, and he's like, "Oh shit, bro, I've really been wanting to do this. Like, genuinely, this has been on my mind heavily. Like, I can't believe you've just came and spoke to me about this." So that's a potential client right there. I was trying to sell that guy the whole week. I fucking set up an in real life sales call. We go to Costa. I'm trying to sell him. Same time that week as well. This real estate guy, he put an offer on his page on his Instagram, his story. He was like, hiring an appointment setter. Me being cheeky, I applied for the appointment setter role, but as an appointment setter manager. Okay, that's something you boys need to you need to remember. So anyway, I have the Costa call with this guy, and he's being gay at that point. He doesn't want to. He's saying, "Oh, let me wait until Friday, and then let me make the sale, and then I'll give you the money." But Friday is a day too late. We had one more day really to make the 10K a month. Anyways, like I said, you have that amazing Leon Edwards style coaching call with Temmie, and then I'm just going away. I'm working at it the whole day. I'm just calling leads, calling. Who can I message? Oh, this one guy who liked my story. Yeah, he probably needs a setter. Let me call him. Calling everyone I possibly can, and I call the Costa guy again. I'm like, "Yo, what you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm on the way to the gym. This guy's from my area. Obviously, I met him in the sauna." I'm like, "I'm coming to the gym with you." As I'm leaving to go to the gym, like I said, I literally just applied to like a setter manager role. So I get the call. This is like the final day. It's Thursday. And he's like, "David, you applied for a setter role." And I pitch him straight on the call. I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to be the setter manager." And like these guys must have been in desperation for a good manager. He's like, "All right, what's your price?" I say my price, and he's like, "All right, cool. Can we negotiate?" And like, I give him a price, but I'm not really thinking about it. All I've got right now is, all right, cool, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to sell this guy, and I'm going to make the 10K there. Anyway, it doesn't go like that. It's never as easy as that, boys. Life is never that easy. I go there, I'm selling him the whole day, but he's just not budging. He wants to do it, and he's telling me he's sold, but he's just telling me that he can't do it right now. I arranged like another sales call with him tonight at 7 because he had a sales call. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna prep you. I'm gonna give you a script, and that's my final Hail Mary. Anyway, I get home that night, and like I said, I'd spoke to that real estate guy before, and Callum books in a sales call that day. Okay, Callum books in a sales call with this one guy he cold outreached. Okay, and like bearing in mind, I've got tons of other things focused. Like Callum, like telling me,
in 2008, I started parkour and wanted to become a stuntman. That's when I started filming my own. 2000.
Anyways, Callum books in a sales call that day. And I'm like, I just brush it. I'm like, "Oh, bro, who the fuck is this guy?" But anyway, like, I finished calling everyone. No one's getting back to me. So I look on my chat and kind of like, "Yeah, bro, this guy's like super down to get on a call right now." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'll just get on a call with him." Anyway, I get on a call with him. We have the whole sales. This is another important part too. I pitch him the 2.8K, one of the best calls I've ever had, but he didn't want to pay the 2.8K because it wasn't really proven. So I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even try to handle the objection." I'm like, "Fuck this guy." I have the other call with the guy who I've met at the sauna, and like he tells me like, "Listen, David, it's not happening. I can't give you 2.8K today." And I literally got to the point. I told him, like, "Listen, this is to get my first 10K month. If you give me this 2.8K today, you're literally who it depends on, but you still couldn't do it." So I finished having the call with him, and like I said, I had to call that other guy. I'm like, "Oh, all right, I'm a kind of like I've kind of not given up, but I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, it's definitely not happening. And then the real estate guy, he calls me and he's like, yo, let's get on a call right now. Let's get on a call right now. So I literally get off my I was literally like sitting in bed like, oh, cool, we'll get it next time. And then he calls me. He's like, yo, David, let's get on a call right now. And I jump out of bed. I'm like, oh, okay, what's happening here then? I get on the call with him, and like this probably is my best sales call. Not even because of like skill, just pure conviction. Like they weren't fully convinced, really. They weren't fully convinced, but like just pure conviction. I managed to sign them for 1.8k. So I signed them literally 1.8k for just setter placement. I don't know how I pulled that one out of the bag, but 1.8k literally just for placing a setter. And I'm gassed. I'm like, yeah, 1.8, nice. Okay, this is gonna add up. I call Temmie. I'm gassed. Like, yo, I just signed a 1.8k client, and Temmie's like, yeah, well done, mate. well done, mate. But it's not £10,000, is it? So like, we're literally doing the maths. We're like, all right, cool. Like, how much did you need to make, and like, how much have you made? And like, we're on the call. We're like, we figure out like, I'm literally like 900 to like £1,000 short of hitting the first 10k month. And like Temmie and me are like, all right, cool. Well, David, if you're really about it, if you're really a crackhead, you've got 1 hour or like an hour and a bit to make £1,000. Like 1 hour to make £1,000. I'm like I said, I don't really want to go another month without doing the things I like. I don't really want to nah. So it's like desperation, do or die. Like I said, I'm calling leads. Like, who can I call? Who can give me £1,000 within an hour? And then I remember, bro, this guy who I just had a call with 2 hours ago, who was really sold, he just didn't want to pay 2.8k. I call him straight up, like I'm like, listen, I know we spoke earlier, and like I can tell that you're sold. I can tell that you like the service. You just don't want to pay 2.8k. I'm at a position right now where I need 1k payment within half an hour to hit my first 10k month. I tell him straight up, like no bullshit. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't do this normally, but like you've got half an hour. If you give me 1k right now, I'll come in and I'll manage your sales team. And like I said, I'd already told him it was one of my best performances. So with 20 minutes to go, like we're going back and forth. We're like, going over the contract, over the agreement. He's like tweaking loads of different things. Like, yeah, oh, I'm not sure. He's like a little bit nervous, naturally. He's like, oh, how do I know you're not gonna scam me, bro? Whatever. Literally, I'm selling this guy for like the final hour. And then it's like, what, 20 minutes to go. I finally am able to convince him, and I make the first 10k month. So like literally within an hour after I had the call with Temmie, after we calculated, we're like, cool, you've got 1 hour to make fucking £1,000, mate. Good luck. I was able to fucking find this guy who I just had a call with, convince him to give me 1k after I just told him, right, cool, you can go away. And with 20 minutes to go, literally 20 minutes to go, I was able to hit my first 10k month.
That's some good shit.
20 minutes on the clock. And then the day after as well, you ended up signing that Sona guy for 2.8k the day after.
The day after.
Yeah.
Literally the day after he decides, all right, yeah, I've got the payment, I made the close, now you can have a 2.8k. So, but that's what made the story. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been that exciting. It would have been like, oh, well done, David, the guy who you've been nurturing sold you. But it was like literally just through luck. A buzzer beater 3-point shot, literally applied to his role. He called me just as I was going to the other guy. I pitched him. I got on a call with him, and I made the sale 1.8k for set placement. And then, you know what I mean, I hit the first 10k.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I mean, the storytelling definitely needs work. But like like let's communicate like the depths of this, David, right? So we've got 1 day left of the month. So for a start, we got to 2 weeks of the month left, and you was busy, you know, wasting time doing random stuff, going to club in Birmingham, you know, you was just wasting time. So we had that talk 2 weeks to go. Okay, David, like we're still gonna do this 10k month. We're still gonna do this. We've got all of the maths here. It's really not that hard. We need 2.8k clients. We get to the very last day, you still need 2.8k. So let me show you guys the video that I showed David. I also sent this to my SDR team as well to sort of fire them up. Let me know if you can hear this.
if you really want to be successful, you got to look up to crack.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You got to look up to crackheads. Those guys, no matter what situation they're in, always find a way to get money to buy crack and never take no. Really want to be successful. Crackheads are some of the most hardworking people I've ever met. If you can tap into that energy, you'll be a gazillionaire.
A crackhead, no, it's facts though, boys, because deep it, right? A crackhead will always find money to buy crack, right? You know, they have to. They value the crack so much that they will always find a way. They'll do whatever it takes. They'll give you a hand job for a couple of quid if they have to. They'll find the money to buy crack, right? Now, another video that Jamie also shared in the team chat after I shared this. Look at this video.
What's going on in the wonderful world of crackheads this morning? Oh, okay, you're gonna try to pick the whole fridge up. You don't want help. You don't want somebody doing on the other side. You just don't. Okay. Crackhead strength is where is you at when I need help move? All my fights with crackheads help you move because they cheat and they do stuff like that. People get on the bike with the whole fridge on it. Crackhead strength is real. He riding the bike with the fridge. The homie on the handlebar. He carried the whole in the phone.
Crackheads will pull off a mad thing in order to get money to find crack, right? Genuinely, they'll do whatever it takes. So I'm like, David, so this is the talk that we had. We had 1 day to go to make this 10K month, 1 day left. I was like, David, right? Look, we can do this. You've got loads of contacts. You've got loads of leads that you can call up. You've got loads of relationships that you've built. You know loads of business owners. You've got business owners on your Instagram and your WhatsApp. Nah, we're just going to call them all. We're going to do whatever it takes this final day to make 2.8 grand. A crackhead would do it. If it came to a crackhead never being able to have crack again and making 2.8 grand, they'd somehow find a way to do it. So David, does a crackhead care more about crack than you care about your goals? No. So let's make it happen. By any means necessary, no matter what it takes, be willing to do whatever it takes. Genuinely, you boys in this group call right now, if you genuinely go out there and do whatever you can by any means necessary to achieve your goals, it is very unrealistic that it doesn't happen. You know, 10K months, again, to David, that was unrealistic. But when you reverse engineer the goal, you do the maths, and it's like, okay, well, it's actually, I need 2.8K clients. Oh, that's not as hard as I thought. Okay, to get 2.8 clients, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to book maybe 6 sales calls. Okay, how do I book 6 sales calls? Well, to book 6 sales calls, I need to propose a meeting with maybe 20 people. I need to send 20 people a calendar link. Okay, how do I send 20 people a calendar link? How many conversations do I have to have? Maybe I need to have 50 conversations. Okay, to have 50 conversations, how many outreach do I have to do in a month? You can reverse engineer everything. This is what me and Aman have done this month as well. You can reverse engineer literally everything. And if you've got that crackhead mentality, because what David said in that story, he said it a little bit fast, but what did David do? He literally had in-person meetings with a guy that he met in the sauna. He filled out appointment setting applications on people's stories. And then when they called him up about it, like, oh, like you've applied for the appointment setting position, he's pitching them on his services, on his 2.8K package. You know, he's literally doing whatever it takes. All of the leads and all of the conversations that he's had previously, booked meetings. He's not sending them a message saying, hey, bro, are you free to get on a call today? He's just blowing up. He's blowing the fuck out of their phone. Just calling them until they pick up. And that's what I love to see it, because he genuinely, that last day, put it all out there on the line. Sometimes things don't go to plan. Sometimes when you have ups and downs in business, sometimes you'll have days where you feel a little bit demotivated. In David's case, in a 24-hour period, he had times in that last day where he kind of gave up a little bit. He was on his bed, blah, blah, blah. Me and David had about 6 calls that day. Every time David felt a little bit like, Dom, he just called me. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what we need to do. Come, Bo, don't quit on me now. We've got 1 day left. We can do it. Sometimes all you need in order to hit your goals is you need clarity, which comes from reverse engineering and also asking people for help, which is why you guys have all got access to me, all got access to the community. Sometimes all you need is clarity, and then that crackhead mentality, being willing to do whatever it takes to hit that goal. You know, with David as well. Like David has a one-on-one coaching call with me every single week without fail, at least once. He still joins the group calls, and that first 2.8k client that he signed that client because he joined the group call, and I literally gave him a full action plan strategy and exactly what to tell the guy, exactly what to pitch him, exactly what to offer him. David executed that to a T after watching the sales call, literally word for word, bar for bar. I don't even know how he remembered everything, but he somehow included everything. Collected the cash. Cool. We've got 1 day left. We've got a couple of hours left. He's dialing. He made that 1.8k sale, right? And
Yeah.
David was like, I called Temi after, and Temi was like, yeah, well done, but we still need another 1,000. I can promise you right now that I definitely didn't tell him well done. I was like, why the hell you discounted this brother 1k? Because that's the difference between the 10k month or not. But now that we're here, we can't change that. I need you to go out there and make another £1,000. Cool. The performance that David put on that last day, 20 minutes on the clock, literally 20 minutes to go, making this 10k month is quite heroic. But genuinely, boys, I wanted you guys to hear the story because, trust me, like, if you've met David before we went to Thailand, you'd be like, and you heard that he was going to be making 10k a month at the end of the year, you'd be like, yeah, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm sure Chris can probably vouch for that because Chris was there. Chris met pre-Thailand David. What are you saying, Chris?
Yeah, I can agree, honestly. I remember we were only looking for talent in Arkbar the last day, so I can definitely relate to that.
There was no we. We're trying to go home, and Chris is literally, we're like, okay, it's time to go now, David. And David's like, yeah, I'm coming. And you turn around, he was gone for another 30 minutes. Boys, let's split up. Let's go look for David. David, we're going. Come. We get all the way to the door, and we turn around again, and he's gone again. Just
Yeah, we were
to random
literally
girls.
waiting for a taxi or something, and he was just gone.
It was
Just
the same. It was the same in Birmingham.
Nah, not the same in Birmingham.
It fucking was. We're all
Oh,
ready
it
to
was.
go.
It was.
Oh, here we go. It's all
Some things
coming out
never
now.
change, eh? Some things never change, but it's fine.
Definitely was.
And that's why we had that call 2 weeks in. I'm like, David, right? We know what we need to do to get this 10k month. Like, bro, forget all this silliness now, right? We've got big boy goals that we're trying to hit here. Don't let a crackhead outperform you. He's gone away and he's done it, and he's crushing it. And the story doesn't end there, like I said. I mean, he got that last payment for 1,000. The next day, he signed another 2.8k client, and it's like the snowball effect is massive. From David just calling these people, blah 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 blah. I promise you, like a lot of people are scared to like overly like sell to people and overly push themselves, blah blah blah. But if that's what you've got to do, if you're all the way serious about your goals, you've just got to. You're not willing to take no for an answer. That guy, 2.8k that David signed the day after. The guy messaged David saying, "I'm going to the gym." David's like, "Okay, cool. I'm going to be there too." And just got in his car and went to the gym so that he could try and pitch to him again. But yeah, genuine. So David, let me ask you a couple of questions here, mate. Just sort of like interview sort of thing. Maybe give some value to the boys. What do you think, like during this month, like what do you think is the most important thing? Like the number one reason why you've been able to hit 10k this month?
Literally, like I said in the beginning of the call, just speed and just being ruthless with action. Ever since I've started working with you, Temi, or even when I started as an appointment setter, although there's been like peaks and troughs, one thing you can vouch for me right now, like when you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. When I say like I'm gonna do something, I'm not one of those guys that are gonna lie and like not live up to their word. Like you told me, David, why haven't you run a 10k or a 20k? I failed the first day, but I did it like a few days after. You know, little things like that. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna have to fucking do it. So literally, like the main thing is just literally speed. Whenever I promise myself I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna call this person, I'm gonna do this, I just do it. And like David Goggins talks about it all in his book. Like when you loads of people talk about it. When you just build like an undeniable evidence stack of why you're that guy, why you've done all of these things, why you take action, why you fucking deserve like money is just like it's like momentum like anything. Like as long as you're fast of everything, whenever you say you're gonna do something, you do it. It makes it impossible not to win. You know what I mean? So I just literally just say speed and taking action. Taking action is literally the two words. Taking action.
Do you remember how you came across the Can't Hurt Me?
Temmie bought it for me. He sent it to my address.
This is before David was in sales this year. This is like when David was like super fresh to alpha sets. I didn't really know David that well, but we just like David was just someone where he's asking questions, and genuinely anyone that I can see is putting effort into this and always asking me questions and actually does the things that I say him to do. I will fight if you fight, like show me that you want it and you're fighting with me, you're asking me questions, asking for feedback, and you're implementing the stuff I tell you. I'll do whatever I can, anything in my power to make sure that you win. Yeah, literally, this is end of last year. I literally was like, David, what's your address? I just ordered the book to his house.
Like we literally, Emmanuel it's not May, it's August last year. Like literally, it was this was the one conversation that like basically made me and Temmie boys. And I remember one day he posted something like I'd always been asking him questions, so like we just had a long ass conversation, and like it wasn't no like half, like we were like talking for like an hour, just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I was telling him about my situation, etc., etc., and he just sent me he was telling me about Can't Hurt Me. He was like, bro, what's your address? I send him my address and like I get him a book. And I'm like, oh shit, it's literally right here. Like read it within like first like month. It's a big ass book and I'm very slow with reading. Read it and like this is another book, changed my whole trajectory really. A lot of things I was scared to do, like post content or like do little things like that. I just like what would Goggins do, bro? You know what I mean?
So let's identify the skills that it's taken to get you to 10k a month then. So what would you say? What would you say is like 3 skills that you've had to develop in order to become the type of person that is able to make 10 grand in a month?
That's the prep for this one. Skills. And when you say skills, is like personality skills or like actual skills?
Just hit me, bro.
Just hit you. Like resilience at the end of the day. Because if you told anyone else, like if you told most people, it's like one day of a month, Dave, you've got to make 2.8 grand. They're gonna be like, are you dumb? Like that's impossible. Like people don't even make that in a month, and you're telling me I have to make 2.8 grand in a day. So it's not even resilience. It's kind of like delusion in a sense, right? Like doing things, having that belief that what other people see impossible, what other people see that's unachievable. It's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna try and do it anyway. I'm gonna give it my best shot. So like number one, just delusion. Second of all, like resilience. Like there was times in that day, like I said, like we both said, times in that month where we were like, David, or I was like, oh, I'm not gonna hit it. Like it's done. Like, but I stayed resilient. Obviously, with help from you and with like help with you, you know what I mean, fucking on me every day. I was resilient to the point where I kept fighting it out the last day. I kept fucking grinding and smashing away at it, and I was able to do it. And then like the final skill is it's gonna sound really basic, but literally just sales. I haven't even been appointment setting for long. Like I've been appointment setting for like 14 months, 13, 14 months. But like genuinely, and like this is a fact, I don't think ever since I joined in August, I don't think there's been one single day where I haven't done a little bit of DM setting, whether that be for a Temmie, whether that be for a client, whether that be for myself. Like I don't think there's been one day where I haven't sent or done something to do with appointment setting. So that's 14 months. If you do something, not even 14 months, if you do something that much, the 6 months, we're gonna get fucking good at it. You know what I mean? So just I guess it like sales and consistency, like just doing whatever you're trying to get good at, doing it over and over and over again until it's like ingrained. Like when you walk every day. So no, everyone here can walk pretty well like a normal human being, right? Because you've been doing it every day. So it's the same with talking. It's the same with whatever you do. You know what I mean? Just doing it every single day until it becomes second nature.
one thing that has helped you a lot is that you're very skilled at sales. And when I say sales, when we're talking about the skill of sales, right? So high ticket sales, appointments and closing. This is sales, yes, but getting on calls every day with people that are warmed up, they've been through a million VSLs and content and stuff like that. It's not really that hard to close them. When you're an appointment set, you're getting loads of warm leads. You know, they're already kind of sold on it. They've come across an ad. They've been watching your content. And all you've got to do is book them in for a call. It's still like, it's technically sales, yeah, but it's not rocket science. You know what I mean? You can give a beginner that job and they'll still be able to pull something out of the fire. Real sales, if you ask me, what real sales is being able to take someone that's completely cold, completely never heard of you before, turn them into an appointment and turn them into 2.8 grand, right? Turn them into a sale. And that's the main skill. I would say that's actually been able to get to this point with David, because David, before David joined on the Inner Circle offer, where me and David are having one-on-one coaching every week, and we built out this agency together. Before this, when David was working as a DM setter, he wasn't doing warm inbound appointment setting. He was doing as opposite to that as it gets. He was doing cold outbound DM closing. So messaging people that had never ever heard of the business or heard of the service ever before in their life, and not even booking them onto a call, closing them through the DMs cold to a cold audience. You can imagine how much harder that's going to be than just setting appointments on a warm offer, inbound warm offer. That takes a lot of skill. It takes a hell of a lot of skill. David came round to my house one day, and again, also, boys, if any of you guys are ever in Nottingham, come and visit Uncle Emmy. David came to my house one day, and literally, we just had a meeting in my living room. We got his appointment settings, like conversations, on my TV in my living room, and I was just picking them apart. DM closing on cold, and we turned David into a champion of cold outreach and closing cold. That's genuine sales, like that. That's a hard skill to learn. And that's a skill where if you develop that skill, it's going to be unreasonable that you never make money in your life, right? If you can take strangers and convert them into cash, you're good. Because that's what David's had to do here. 2 clients at 2.8k. That's exactly what it was. He's taken strangers and converted them into cash. So for a lot of you guys as well, when you're starting off an appointment setting, the priority there is skills. Bruno, mate, you making $200 a day cold calling, oh mate, the skills that you're getting from that, pal, is going to, you're in such an OP position. Yes, it's a grind. Yes, it's long. Yes, you could be living this princess easy lifestyle if you was just on a nice little warm inbound offer, blah, 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 doing your thing. Could be making the same amount of money with less work. But the skills that you're developing there and the character development as well, that it's going to have such a massive return on investment in your future. And that's what happened with David. So David was DM closing on a cold outbound offer, which is mad. Got really, really good at that. So he had that skill in the bank. And then closing. So when David's setting appointments for his own offer, for his own agency offer, he's got to get them on a call, cold people, cold leads, get them on a call, and then close them. People that I've never heard of David before. Close it. David, you was a pretty solid closer before you even joined the Inner Circle offer, before we was even one-on-one coaching. Obviously, it's been amplified a lot since I literally review all of your sales calls and stuff. But you were still good at closing before you even did that. Why? How did you develop the skill of closing? And why was you good at closing beforehand?
A lot of it comes down to that DM closing, like at the end of the day. The shit offer, it wasn't a shit offer, but that offer where it's the trenches basically, like bottom of the barrel appointment setting, where you're cold outreach into people and then getting them to get their credit card out in the same conversation. That taught me a little bit about closing. That taught me a lot about closing.
I remember all the objection handling. Every time there was a group call, objection handling, you was always there. You was always doing well. Every time.
So like Yomi just said right then, pulling up to the group calls, like not even just the group calls, even like the events. Like half of the times it's been like the night before, and Temmie's like, "Oh, we've got an Alpha Setter event, David." I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I didn't really have any plans," and it's like really late notice. But yeah, I'll book a hotel. Like it was the London one. It was like the hotel was something extortionate, like £700, because I booked it late last minute, like an idiot. But I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come." I literally just go in the extra mile. But when it comes to closing, how I I got good at closing is the objection handling role plays with the boys in the group called DM closing, and then also the new model of selling. Okay, that's another book. Temmie didn't buy that one for me, but he forced me to buy that. That's another book. It's like, boys, if you are an appointment setter or a closer right now and you don't have that book, it's like you must hate money, genuinely. I'd never closed before, but after I read that book, yeah, Jeremy Minor. After I read that book, I felt like I knew it all. Like, I felt like I could go close anyone. And same thing again, like I said it before, just doing sales every single day. There's never been a day since I stopped where I haven't done sales. So naturally, when I started closing, it was sales. It took like a day to get used to it. But I was like, oh, this is kind of what I've just been doing in the DMs every day. So just ruthless action and just consistency. Doing sales for a prolonged period amount of time, not giving up, picking up the skill, making it reasonable for me not to succeed. But just gone the extra mile.
Let's talk about investments there, right? So
Oh.
investments. So first of all, obviously, all of you guys here have invested money to be part of this course. Well, I mean, not this course specifically. You've all invested money to be an alpha setters, right? David is someone. There's loads of people that I can name drop where I talk to them like literally like every day, all the time. Like if any of you guys, if I closed any of you guys personally, like I know Yomi takes the calls nowadays, but what I always used to do on my closing calls, if any of you were closed by me, is I literally get up the conversation that I've had with Chan. Chan's killing it. He's a setter manager. He's just hired his wife, which is a huge win. Chan's doing great. And Chan, the conversation that I had with Chan is like literally endless because Chan's always been asking me questions, always asking for feedback all the time. Even at this point, all the time, every few days, Chan's in my DMs asking me questions. You've all invested money to be here. When you invest into something, automatically you take it more serious. So I want you to take it serious. Ask me questions. Use those group calls. The group calls. David learn how to close. The objection handling workshops. One thing that we do in the objection handling workshop, David always gets horrible objections from me. He's always volunteering. Oh, I'll go first. Give me an objection, Ted. Cool. Whoever goes first gets the worst objection because I'm the one giving them the objection. Because David's always the first one to put his hand up and he always goes first. He always gets the worst objection from me. David, I don't want to work with you because you're black. David will have to sit there and try and handle that objection. Imagine doing that week after week after week after week after week, handling these silly objections that I come up with. You're going to start to develop the muscle there, the muscle of sales, the muscle of improvisation. So the group calls, that's why I always say to people, yeah, Abiola, is that the one that Marcel coached? Let me know. Is Abiola, is that the person that Marcel was coaching? But yeah, the group calls, I always say like, oh, I want to see you in the group calls more. I want to see you in the group calls more. It's not just because I want to say hi. Yes, I'd love to say hi because you guys are my boys, but genuinely, the group calls are the most important part about this whole thing.
Like,
because that's how David learned how to close.
The way I see it is like, just remember that one little annoying kid at school, bro? That was just bad jarring, bad talking to the teacher, like bad sitting with the teacher at lunch, or like, oh, always just, asking the teacher questions. Like, if the teacher just loved him because, like, they could tell they were going the extra mile. As gay as it sounds, like, that's what you have to do. Genuinely, that's what you have to do. That's kind of like what I did, and that's kind of like why now I've been able to like be friends with them. No, that sounds so sad. Oh my god! But like,
yeah,
that sounds so sad.
In school, there's these saddos that will like, go sit with a teacher after school and do like extra study sessions, and we all think they're gay. But at the end of the day, like what we're doing right here now is we're literally trying to change our lives forever. We've got goals we want to achieve. We want to be able to retire our future wife, support a family of hella kids. We need peas, boys. We want to be able to retire Marja and do all of these things. So it's like, treat it accordingly because it is serious. It's not just gay GCSEs that we're talking about here. We're talking about changing your life forever. It's been 12 months and David's life has changed forever now. He's made his first 10K month online. He's making 1.5K a month at the start of the year as a degree apprentice.
Literally.
So yeah, that's the first thing. So when it comes to investments, you've all invested money, but also there's two forms of investments. There's time and there's money. You can give me the money, cool, but that's not going to get you the result. You've got to put the time into it. Make the time for the group calls. If it's inconvenient for you to join the group calls, even better, because that means you'll get more out of it. The more you invest into something, the more you get out. David and Killian are great examples here as well. Like David was just talking. He said, £700 for a London hotel, and I've got to travel all the way to London to come to this meetup. But because he invested more into that, he probably got more out of it. Taking the time to invest into coming to the meetups is inconvenient. It's out of the way. You're going to have to spend money. Naeem's an example of that. Traveled across the country, was that on like a coach for 8 hours to come to the Birmingham meetup. Killian, every time we do a meetup, Killian gets on a plane, or he did get on a plane. He flew in from a different country. Now he's been able to hit his goal of actually moving to the UK full time. Amazing. Investing in, putting the effort into investing into things like joining the group calls, coming to the
Taking
meetup,
action.
like that. Taking action, yeah, 100%.
And the memories, like things, like even like I said, the things like the memories from the Nottingham Cups we've had, like just coming to Temi or Birmingham, just the little memories, like literally just building dad law, man. Dad law. Like I'm just genuinely, like I'm gonna be like, yeah, when I was 19, mate, your dad was making fucking 6 figures a year. What are you doing at 19? You know what I mean? Oh, asking daddy for money, mate, go work. But like just little things like that, just literally the memories you build, and like you actually genuinely, when you take it more seriously, when you do the things like the Alpha Set of Boxing, when you start speaking to the boys in the program, you immerse yourself in it so much, and you just get more out of it. There's no point in paying 750 or however much it is, paying £50 a week just for you to go through the content and just be a nerd to yourself. Like, you know what I mean?
Also, when it comes to sales as well, there's a character development element of it as well. You can't be just like socially autistic. You can't be like a weirdo and be successful in sales. What ultra successful salesperson do you know that's a weirdo? You know what I mean? Salespeople, the people, see in a bit, man. See in a bit. I have a violent week tomorrow.
Will do.
Yeah, you can't be a weirdo and be successful in sales. They don't go hand in hand. Like there's an element of self-improvement there as well. So coming to the meetups as well, socializing, and actually we always do fun stuff. We always, we punch each other up a little bit. We'll go dance with middle-aged women, stone cold sober in the club all night. You know what I mean?
Get groped.
Like imagine we go to the club, like we're just there to watch the boxing. We're in this bar/club thing. We're just there to watch the boxing. It's not on for a couple of hours. So what are we doing? There's a circle of 10 Alpha Set of boys. We're all stone cold sober. We're the life of the party. Stuff like that as well genuinely goes towards like being successful in sales, unlocking that confidence inside of you. Also, when you're just surrounded by everyone else that's making money, and then you're the one guy where you're not making money, now you're the weirdo. You know what I mean? Even like Yiston, for example. Yiston, like you wasn't making that much money as an employment setter a month ago. But now here we are. Now we're killing it. Yep.
I wasn't an agency owner in Thailand. Like literally, when we went to Thailand, I was the only person there who didn't have a business. So I was just the random kid that tagged along, bro.
When you're literally there in person with the boys and you're the odd one out because you're not making P's, that forces you. Even just me and David could just have a small 2-minute. Well, I mean, imagine so David come to Thailand to live with me for a few weeks in literally Thailand. Imagine if you guys take value from the group calls. Imagine just day-to-day life. Obviously, if we're in Thailand, we're not just talking about business 24/7. But we could just be at dinner and I could just say 1 2-minute thing that completely changes your perspective. And that could be the spark that lights the fire that allows us to compound in the future. I know this from hanging around my mentors. Could just be some random 2-minute conversation like you would have never had on a group call or anything like that. You might just have one random question.
They're like the London meetup. When I went there, came back home, made £500.
Yeah, exactly. Make your first £500 day, and you got a flight from Ireland to come to the London meetup. So yeah, investments, money and time. Now, just invest in the time in the group calls, invest in time, ask me questions. You're never going to get on my nerves when asking too many questions. If anything, I like that. I like that you're asking questions. Because the thing is with me as well, like obviously I'm an agency owner here. I'm like me and David, like David understands this on a deep level now that he's an agency owner as well. There's a massive supply and demand problem in the market for good setters. And whenever I'm hiring a setter on for one of my agency clients, the number one thing that I'm looking for is not experience. Don't care about your experience. Literally don't care. Don't care. I care. Are you joining the group calls? Are you asking me questions? Are you a G? Like, are you someone that just you're actually like a good guy? If you're actually just a G, I've got so much confidence that I can turn you into a killer when it comes to appointment setting. Need to see you in the group calls. Need to hear from you. If I don't hear from you, how am I going to know that you're a G? You know what I mean? Don't care how you could have a million experience. I'm never going to hire you if I don't hear from you. So that's it. And then also investment. Once you are at that point as well, I know I'm a little bit. I know Chris is like, mate, I've been wanting to give you money for ages. But like once you're at that point as well, like where you're ready to take the next step, the one-on-one coaching element, I'm sure David can agree that it genuinely has been like crucial in order for him to get to this point. You always need a mentor. I've got a mentor. I've got Jordan Rassas, who I'm paid for coaching every week. David's got me. We all need coaches. We all need clarity is the main thing from a coach, telling us what to do. Instead of just going blind and you feel like you've got loads of different options, you don't really know what path to take. Me and David got on a call at the start of the month and I was like, okay, this is exactly what we have to do in order to hit 10K this month. David's telling me about, I'm thinking about taking on my first coaching student for £300. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, how does that help us in any way, shape, or form get to 10K this month? £300 coaching client. You're going to be spending time, energy, and mental brain power into a coaching client when we already know what we need to do to get 10K. Now, if David wants to do that, cool, do what you want. But we knew exactly what we needed to do, and just having someone there to say, yo, dickhead, stop getting distracted, focus on the mission. We've got the mission, focus on the mission.
So we needed, literally.
David, do you have any final words? Any final words of inspiration for the guys that are maybe new here, or the guys that I want to hit 10K a month?
All I'm gonna say is it sounds like extremely cringy, but like we all literally have the same opportunity, the same time, the same access to knowledge, the same everything. Like I can think back to like 2 people who I joined Alpha Setters with. I don't remember where they're at now. Like I remember people I joined with like on the same day. I remember their names, but I don't know where they're at now. Nowhere to be found. But like they can't sit here and say, oh, David had he had a head start. Oh, David did this. This is how this is why David achieved this. No, we literally started at the exact same time. However, with the exact same resources, the exact same access to every bit of knowledge that is out there. But I've been able to do what I've been able to do this month and overall and make the character development I've had now. And, we can't say the same for everyone else. So the fact that every single person here, like every single boy, you guys have got the same access to Yomi. You've got the same access to Temi. You've got the same access to all of the information, all of the course knowledge, same access to all the alpha opportunities. It's just about being that guy and just taking action. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll say. We've all got the same opportunities, all got the same action. It's just about what you do with it. Are you just gonna leave it there and just, let a year, couple months go by and be like, I probably could have used that, or are you just gonna fucking take ruthless action and make it happen? I know what I did, and I know what I'm gonna continue doing. It's the same with you boys.
Yeah, 100, bro. 100. No, hopefully that's some motivation. Getting David on here again. The motivation, like, it would cut so much deeper if, like, you guys, like, a lot of you guys are new here. You don't know David before at the start of the year. Like, the motivation would cut a lot deeper because genuinely, the transformation's amazing.
Ask Callum. Callum put something he put it earlier. He was like, if you told me, because I've known Callum for years, he was like, if you told me in 2019 David would be here now, you would have laughed.
Listen, yeah, I've known this guy back in the day when this guy was just a chubby little guy, man. He was just fucking about, messing about. And then obviously I kept following him because I was like, oh, that's my boy. Like, I see him from time to time. Never saw him, by the way. And you just see him starting something new, and you're like, okay, what is this? This guy's probably just some other guru just trying to like scam people, whatever. And you actually look into what he's saying, you realize that has some sort of context and context, and you see this guy smashing it. It's like so convincing. It makes you hungry. And then as soon as I got that outreach message, I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to do it. I couldn't miss out on an opportunity like this. I almost felt like it was fate, man. And just seeing him go from 2019 David Chubby fucking about, probably doing nothing with his time other than eating.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
So now, man, this guy's busy, like so busy that I can't get a hold of him sometimes, man. And it's just crazy to see, man. It's like literally living proof. Living proof. What more can I say?
I love how as well, like, like you make money, you start making money, and it allows you to just get your boys involved as well. It's like Jordan, you all know Jordan Denoa, big G in the school, always up there, always answering questions. He's been my good friend all the way since school. He's like the only friend that I've genuinely got that goes like years and years back. Like the only friend that I've got outside of like this business space and stuff. I mean, I've known Jordan for ages, and me being able to find a way to make money and stuff. Now I can get Jordan and Alpha David. David's got Callum and Ruben, two of his close friends from like years and years ago. He's got the Rin Alpha Setters now. Here they are grinding, and now they're making money too under David's offers, which is great to see.
So good. Like, and it just shows because I've had tons of boys, and it shows me like a different type of personality. Because me and Callum weren't even close before. Like we were close back then, but we weren't close again. We barely spoke. But like, I've got tons of boys who've been like, yeah, David, yeah, let me start making money. Like, I've had my best friends, and like, you know what I mean? They're not about it, but like actually being about it, taking action, knowing that you're gonna change your life. Like Callum handed in his notice today.
Huge.
Like a
Well done,
stud.
man.
Like a stud. Now it's like, we're making it happen already, but we're definitely making it happen. So it's like he handed in his notice and like he's going all in. Killian, he said I remember he was in my car talking to some other brother saying he's going all in, and he's gone all in. He's moved to fucking Liverpool. Like I said this on the call, like genuinely, you can change your life in one split second thought. One split second fucking what's it called? Conscious moment. You can decide, yeah, I'm changing my life now. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm changing my life. It's happened for everyone. It happened for me. It happened for you, Temmie, when you stop being a degenerate. It's probably happened for a lot of you boys. It's happened to Callum. It's happened to Killian. It's like genuinely when you're ready, or like when you tell yourself you're ready, that's what you need, and you just become a G.
My whole life changed over a 60-second TikTok.
Same.
Yeah, it's mad how that works. You all just came across one random TikTok video of Temmie Lowry. Probably some dead TikTok videos though, because my TikTok's terrible. But here you are somehow. Here you
Mine
are.
was Yomi Lowry, mate. Mine was Yomi.
So, boys, we're gonna wrap up the group call for that. We're gonna wrap up the group call for the day. It's been a pleasure. Good to see so many people here. Let me change this. Yeah, got hella people in the group call, but hopefully that was inspirational to some people. David's been able to do it. Many more 10K months from the Alpha Setters to come. From David, from Nahum, from Easton, from Benjamin, from everyone here. I want to see more 10K months to come. Take action upon this. Don't just listen to it and let it get in one ear out the other. Genuinely, use me to your advantage. Like asking questions is just not like once a week saying like, oh yeah, just an update, bro. This is what I'm doing. Blah blah blah. I don't care if you've got a set manager. Don't care. Your set manager isn't Temmie Lowry. I can still give you insights and feedback that your set manager isn't giving you. I want you guys always asking questions, asking feedback. Take action on that, and I want to see more people in the group calls and more people at the meetups, boys. Okay. The focus here is developing the skill set that makes it unreasonable for you not to win. David's got a skill set now. No one can take that skill set away from him ever. Sales is amazing because there's no luck involved with sales. It's just a skill set. There was no luck involved with David's 10K month because he's outreached to cold prospects that never even knew who he was and told them because he's got a skill set there.
Driven
You
hours.
guys can do the same.
Driven hours just to potentially fucking get a guy to give me 2.8K. Just go in the extra mile. You know what I mean?
So it's Monday tomorrow, boys. We all know what that means as a part of Alpha Setters. Mondays of a conquest. I want a violent one from you boys today. After this call, strategize. Sharpen your swords. Saddle the horse. Tomorrow we have a Violent Monday, boys. Thanks for coming.
Take care, boys.
One
Cheers,
last
boys.
thing before we go. Let's just get like a little group picture. So if you're here, if you're in the call, like if you can, turn your camera on, boys. Turn your camera on. Let's get like a nice little picture. Where's my phone? Yeah. The boys already know what we're doing. Right. Let's go, boys. Team picture. Good stuff, boys. Right. Have a good Monday, boys. Thanks for coming. See you in a minute.
Take care.
See you,
Alright.
lot.
See you guys.
Boys.
Bye.